Championships here in the Sac-Joaquin section. Jeff Kurtz alongside Neil Martin bringing you all the action today, folks. We are in the boys Division II level, just underway. Apologize for the late start. El Camino in the white caps with their first attack on goal. Going to miss wide left. They are facing Rio Americano, the Raiders, the number 1 seed, the 2-time defending champion with a record of 22-7. Now on a break right now. Ian Brady open in front of the goal. His lob is going to be deflected away. Nice job by the goalkeeper, Chris Lunger. El Camino, the Eagles, 26-5, has lost last year in this championship game to Rio Americano. That game last year was 2-1 at the half, ultimately ended up being 9-3. But Neil, these two teams have battled. El Camino has not been able to get over the hump against Rio Americano, looking to do so here this morning.
Absolutely. These are the two big powerhouses of Division II boys water polo. They know each other very well. They play in the same league, the Capital Athletic League, so they see each other multiple times a season, and it's pretty safe to say that they are bitter rivals. Rio Americano, though, has gotten the better of El Camino the past few years, and they would probably be favored in this matchup as well.
Rio Americano, led by head coach Tyson Friend in his second year at the helm of the boys program. It also coaches the girls who are playing after this against Oakdale. It's his first year there. Mark Jordan, the head coach for El Camino. These teams know each other very well. A lot of the top players on both clubs play club together. These coaches all coach together on the same club team. So a lot of friendships out there, but that's all been set aside at least for this particular match, and we'll be picking up again in about an hour and a half or so after the match is complete. With the ball, Rio Americano going left to right with it currently. Nice two-man game, Connor Jang, Ian Brady, as the ball is swung around the outside. Goalkeeper Chris Lunger already one nice save in this particular match. 7-minute periods as Brady's going to take a shot off the top of the goal. No good, no score early. 5:08 remaining. Opening period.
You know, and Ian Brady, we've seen him take a couple quick shots already. He is just a sophomore, so he's a little young. You know, this is probably the first year he's played in a game of this magnitude at this level, and he needs to calm down a little bit and pass the ball a little bit more, because if he had made one more pass, there was a man open, Connor Jang, who could have gotten a pretty easy goal, it looked like.
Brady being aggressive early. Here's a shot, and El Camino strikes first as Jimmy Wiley gets the first goal of the game. The senior defender for El Camino shows his offensive abilities, and it's a 1-0 game for the Eagles. How big is it for El Camino if they can take a lead after this first period? And how much momentum will that give them, especially given they've had a tough time beating Rio Americano over the course of the last couple of years?
I don't think it's something that that would help them. I think they need to do it if they want to win this game. They're going to have to get out to, I think, a 3 or 4 goal lead early, because this Rio Americano team is very physical, and they're going to try and wear you out. That's what they do. They are aggressive, they are vicious, and they are going to try and pound any opponent they play into submission, and they're going to do the same thing against El Camino today.
Rio Americano will quickly give you their starting lineup. Wally Harmon in goal today. Luke Hasty, Miles Brady, Jack Dubois, Ian Brady, Connor Jang, and John Price, the starters, as we have a whistle. And keeping the ball and getting the first goal of the game for Rio Americano, Connor Jang, as Chris Lunger a little bit out of position, unable to get back in the cage in time. Starters for the Eagles today, Chris Lunger, Jimmy Wiley, Dallin Edenfield, Jacob Faulkender, Mark Barton, Josh Jordan, and Ben Moser, who is assistant coach Blair Moser's son, as Mark Jordan, the head coach for El Camino. We are now tied at 1 with 4:08 remaining opening period.
Yeah, and these games go very quickly. You just mentioned 4 minutes left already in this first quarter. Only 7-minute quarters, so only 28 minutes of playing time in a boys water polo match. So these games go fast, but they are constant action, fun to watch, and these two teams are excellent, so this should be a great game to see.
I know for water polo fans, it's just accepted as part of the sport, but for those of us who don't cover it on a regular basis, I always find it amazing that the first rule is don't drown.
Yeah.
You know, the kids have to stay out there. They're treading water the entire time. I can't imagine if they were playing 14-minute periods, what toll that would take. As here's a shot by El Camino, deflected, loose ball, and the possession is going to go to Rio Americano. Nice defense by the Raiders.
Yeah, El Camino's number 9, Mark Barton, was going for the loose ball there. Had a foul called on him, though, as he was trying to hold the Rio Americano player back. Can't do that, so Rio Americano gets the ball, and they'll try and get their second consecutive goal here.
Connor Jang working the ball around the perimeter through Luke Hasty. Now the ball outside far side. We're tied at 1. Pass into the interior is broken up nicely. Again, good defense. Josh Jordan gets a hand in there this time for El Camino. And the ball goes to Chris Lunger, and goal. He's going to set up the offense for the Eagles.
Yeah, the junior center right there playing excellent defense. He saw that pass before it was even thrown, picked it off in midair, and gets El Camino a free possession. Nice play there.
El Camino pushed way out offensively. Nice defense by the Raiders, extending the offense out. You'll hear a lot of whistles in water polo if you're a casual fan. That doesn't always mean that people are getting excluded. You can get excluded and then have a power play situation. We have yet to have one here as we're at the 2:43 mark of the opening period. There is a shot clock, and right now El Camino uses all of it and doesn't get a good attack on goal. The ball turned over to Rio Americano.
Yeah, and 2 consecutive great defensive possessions by both teams. First, the intercepted pass by Josh Jordan, and then Rio Americano playing great team defense there. They pushed El Camino out into a big semicircle to make passing difficult, make it to where you have to throw the ball a longer distance, and as a result, they could not get a good attack on goal.
Ball swung around far side, now dumped into the interior, looking to get a shot. Boy, heavy battle right there for the ball, and there's a shot on goal, goes wide right. Nice look by Jack Dubois. There's so much activity, folks, that takes place not only above the water but below the water. Think of it like an iceberg. We just see the tip on the top of the water, but a lot happening below. And unfortunately, we weren't able to get our camera crew in scuba gear and dump them underneath for a better angle for you. But plenty of action on top of the water as well as another turnover. 1:57 remaining in the first period. We're tied at 1.
Yeah, and very, very defensive-minded effort here by both teams early on. Very low scoring, but they're playing clean, so not getting too aggressive yet. We haven't had an exclusion yet, so neither team has had a power play opportunity. As both teams get more tired, look to have more exclusions and more power plays and probably some more scoring.
Ian Brady's trying to get set up in the 2-meter area, but good defense. As the ball is going to be turned over, we're going to have a foul going against Rio Americano, or no, we had a quick whistle and then a shot at the end of the shot clock. El Camino was already leaking out, seeing if they could cherry pick a little bit and get a good offensive possession, anticipating Rio Americano wasn't going to get a good look, Neil.
Yeah, they nearly did. Chris Lunger, the goalie for the Eagles, tried to lob it deep to Jimmy Wiley, who was on a break, but the pass was a little off center, and so Wiley had to go get the loose ball. Otherwise, that would have been an easy goal for the Eagles.
El Camino, a free look. Nice defensive play by Wally Harmon in goal as the Raiders were packing it into the interior a little bit. That was just kind of an odd transition, offense to defense for Rio Americano, but Harmon, a nice save.
Yeah, and the goalie kind of saved them there. The defense wasn't set yet. As we said, Lunger tried to get it deep to Jimmy Wiley, and from there, El Camino had the upper hand, but the goalie bails out the defense there, but you can't rely on that throughout the whole game.
John Price double-teamed, and once again, you mentioned it, defensive-minded early on, Neil, and another great defensive set for El Camino. They get the turnover. 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Yeah, shot clock at 15 right now, but a 13-second differential between the game and the shot clock.
El Camino is really just trying to get the ball around the perimeter right now in offense, and they look a little lost. They need to try and penetrate a little more here if they want a chance at goal.
3-2 on the clock. Another save by Harmon as the ball goes off the post as well. El Camino is going to keep it. Shot clock turned off. They have 11 and a half seconds here. Now at 8, now at 7. El Camino looking to break this 1-1 tie with 5, with 4 in the period, with 3, with 2. The shot off the side of the post, and that will end it. Long pass down the long shot, Chris Lunger knocks it down easily, and that ends the first period of play. You are following the action on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. We're in the Sac-Joaquin section at Woodcreek High School. We're tied at 1 in this boys Division II championship game.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to PlayOnSports.com/SBP. Again, that's PlayOnSports.com/SBP.
And we should point out, folks, that my broadcast partner for this morning's game is a product of the School of Broadcast program over at Granite Bay High School. So Granite Bay, one of the local schools that's taking advantage of that and doing an outstanding job. And, Neil, you've come up through the ranks and have parlayed that into work here today at the Sac-Joaquin Section Water Polo Championships, and also some basketball for us at the section and state level as well, and some football last year also. So, and Granite Bay winning yesterday in football, as a matter of fact. So you guys are at it again next Friday, are you not?
Oh, yeah, we are. They blew out Napa 52-0, and they will be playing Bethel at Bethel High School next week. And it's always a joy to be able to commentate section championships here on PlayOn with, of course, the man himself. So great to be here.
And, folks, we'll have a lot of more coverage coming your way. Not only water polo here today. We've got all 4 championship games taking place here from Woodcreek High School at the Aquatic Complex, but also soccer down at Cosumnes Oaks. That also beginning at 10 o'clock today. Also, soccer games taking place at Lincoln High School down in Stockton. We'll have 4 games there, 3 at Cosumnes Oaks. We finish the evening with a football game, Christian Brothers at Cosumnes Oaks. We're keeping our broadcast crew right there for you. So you'll have wall-to-wall high school action from the Sac-Joaquin section, plus more next week. The volleyball championships on Thursday at UC Davis. More football on Friday as well. We go back to our broadcast schedule page. Early on next week, we'll have those games up for you and those matchups, so you can check it out. Follow your favorite team all the way through the Sac-Joaquin section championships, which will culminate on November 30th and December 1st. Brought to you all by PlayOnSports.com. Neil, as we look to the second period here, maybe a little bit of a surprise, though perhaps not at the same time. I know that's a bit of a paradox, but El Camino and Rio Americano always play each other tough. In the 2 games they played this year, though, Rio Americano, comfortable margins of victory, 6-3, 9-6. So far, though, tied 1-1 here. Is that a moral victory of sorts for El Camino?
I'm going to say no, because they got unlucky a couple times there in that first quarter. We saw 2 shots ricochet off the crossbar there right in the last 30 seconds. They could be ahead 3-1 and have the upper hand on a team that they have struggled mightily against. So I think that the big margins of victory for Rio Americano could hold up again here today. We'll see what happens, though. Both teams playing excellent defense here so far.
Well, when you're the underdog, you have to take advantage of those opportunities if you want to win. But if we were scoring this like a boxing match, I think I'd give El Camino the first period just on points. But we're tied at 1, through 1, and underway here in the second period, and El Camino wins the sprint to the ball. They start out with it offensively, again going right to left. And with the ball in the far right corner, El Camino with it, trying to get set up offensively. You talked about it. The offense has been a little bit in fits and starts for El Camino. They get a good look, and then a lot of hanging on to the ball and not a lot of passing, so the defense not having to shift for the Raiders. Shot clock winding down here as well.
Yeah, and Rio Americano is doing an excellent job of keeping El Camino's offense locked down. And again, at the start of the second quarter, they just look lost. They aren't able to get anything going. They try and send men in to penetrate the center right in front of the goalie, and just not able to get an open look. So great defense being played here by the Raiders.
That's the second time that El Camino's had to dump the ball at the end of the shot clock without getting off a good look. Meanwhile, Rio Americano also running into that same little bit of an issue right now as well. El Camino playing clamp down defense. Here's a shot. Nice save with a left hand by Chris Lunger, who's had a couple of those here so far after that shot from Luke Hasty. Hasty held the ball quite a while before getting that shot off, just no one to pass to. Nobody open.
Yeah, and if you're going to take that shot, he did not need to wait that long to do so. That gives the goalie a long time to get mentally set to make the save, which is exactly what Chris Lunger did there. Great defense, great save, great effort by El Camino.
Ben Moser passes it off top of the offense to Jimmy Wiley. Wiley with 2, with 1, and again a shot, but not a very good look, and this one goes wide with 5:28 remaining in the half. Still tied at 1. And if you like defensive water polo, you're seeing it here so far.
4th shot clock violation we've seen here in this first half. 1 by the Raiders, 3 by the Eagles. So
pass into the middle to Ian Brady, but clean defensively as well. Here's a skip shot off the water, is going to hit the post, and El Camino is going to get it. So a little bit of unfortunate luck for Ian Brady, who had a pretty good look from 5 meters out.
Yeah, and again, just another unlucky shot. That's the 3rd shot we've seen already, ricochet off the crossbar or one of the sidebars. So just unlucky offensively are both these teams here early. And as a result, we're still 1-1.
Mark Barton with the ball for El Camino, trying to dump it down low into the 5-meter area, maybe even the 2-meter area if they can. Again, the defense clean, some whistles, but no exclusions.
Yeah, and that was very close, though. He dunked the offensive player's head completely underwater. You can't do that. If he had kept his head underwater a little bit longer, I think that would have been an exclusion and a power play for the Eagles. But as a result, they're still not able to get a goal.
Again, I just want to point out, you can drown your opponent, but not too long.
Yeah.
Is really the point there. Otherwise, excessive drowning results in you being excluded. Once again, El Camino had to dump the ball again. So really pretty much 3, because the one shot they did take was not a very high percentage one. On their 3 offensive opportunities here in the second period, 4:20 left in the half.
Yeah, and again, that's just product of great defense. And another shot comes off the sidebar.
Lunger as well gets part of the body on that one. Lunger doing a nice job in goal so far. And then a long pass. Here's a little bit of a fast break on the part of El Camino. Rio Americano slows it down temporarily. And now the Eagles, with the defense back, nice transition. The Raiders caught up there. El Camino is going to set up the offense, but they've been pushed way out here in the pool.
Yeah, I was just going to point that out. Look at how spread apart every single one of their players are and where the defensive players are in relativity to them. They're inside between them and the goal, and they're going to make that very difficult to, A, score, or B, even pass the ball.
We have our first power play of the game. We have our first exclusion, as I didn't catch the player for Rio Americano, but El Camino, a huge opportunity here offensively with a fresh shot clock, 20 on the clock, 3:47 on the game clock.
Yeah, that was Connor Jang who got called for the exclusion.
Ball swung near side. Here's the shot and too high.
And another missed opportunity by the underdogs. You cannot keep missing those big, big opportunities, open shots, exclusions. You need every goal you can get
and
against
here's
this Raider team.
John Price with an open look, point-blank shot, goal.
Great shot by Price. Great breakaway. Saw an open space and took off before anybody else could see him, and an easy goal. And there you go, the Raiders capitalizing after the Eagles miss an opportunity.
And still with one player out. I mean, that guy was, Jang was just getting back into the action. I didn't see who made the pass, but great vision to see Price streaking up the pool. And the ball to Price, and he had a great look. Lunger did his best effort, but couldn't make the save. We're at 2-1. Rio Americano with the lead. Their first lead of the game. 3:14 left in the half. El Camino with 13 on the shot clock again, pushed way out. You mentioned it, Neil. Mark Barton swinging the ball near side. That's Wiley, who's got their one goal in the game. Now with 3 on the shot clock, El Camino with 2 with one long look and an easy save for Wally Harmon. El Camino frustrated offensively.
Yeah, another low percentage shot, another great defensive series for the Raiders. They force really not a great shot, and the shot was right into the hands of Harmon. So
Jack Dubois finds an opening and a goal to Stuart Samaville. And it's now 3-1 Rio Americano. That got started by Harmon, long lead pass to Dubois, and Dubois the great assist. Samaville just checking into the game, gets his first goal. You get 3 timeouts for the game, and head coach Mark Jordan going to use one right here for El Camino. That leaves 2 remaining for the Eagles.
Yeah, and that last goal was really just a product of defensive confusion. You had Mark Barton, who's actually an attacker, trying to cover John Price, who is a senior attacker for Rio Americano. So when you have a non-defensive player that deep in your defensive half trying to save a goal, typically the offensive team is going to capitalize in that situation.
Also like to thank Zach Weidkamp from Granite Bay High School, who just brought us a pop-up tent and is saving me from making an investment in sunscreen today. A beautiful day here in Sacramento after rain yesterday would put a lot of us on edge in terms of how water polo would look, though obviously the players are already wet. We're talking for the fans and for the broadcasters. But the sky is cleared, a crisp day, and a perfect day for water polo here at the Woodcreek High School Aquatic Center. Jeff Kurtz alongside Neil Martin. Neil, now El Camino, you mentioned they had a number of opportunities, and you wonder if that window that was available to them may have been closed or at least narrowed somewhat, given that they had some good looks early. They weren't able to capitalize, and then several offensive trips. They really haven't been able to get anything going. Not one good shot yet, really, in the second period that's been an open look. Yeah,
I think narrowed absolutely, and it will be closed if they can't make some offensive adjustments. They need to pass the ball more quickly, try and get Rio's defense to shift a little more to create some open holes for themselves. But really, we haven't seen any of that. You mentioned that each player holding the ball too long, taking 3 or 4 seconds to pass, and you can't do that if you're going to score consistently as an offense.
Tyson Friend, the head coach for Rio Americano, also making the analogy to basketball, which we've used over the years here covering games on PlayOnSports.com and water polo. But very similar, the more you pass the ball in a basketball game, get the defense to shift, the more you get an open look. It applies here in water polo as well. And Rio Americano trying to do a lot of one-on-one, or excuse me, El Camino trying to do a lot of one-on-one right now. We'll see if that timeout by Coach Jordan will result in a point with 2:43 left in the half. Folks, at halftime, we'll take a short break here on PlayOnSports.com, come back with a quick halftime show, and bring you the second half of action here in the boys' Division II final. El Camino with the ball. That's Matt Smith who has it. Smith tries to elevate and get a shot off. Now dumps it down into the interior. We got a whistle. We got an exclusion.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know what the call is, but from a layman's perspective, manhandling against Rio Americano is going to give El Camino their second power play opportunity here.
Yeah, and that looked like that was Chris Perry who may have subbed in for somebody, and he just clean hit the defender in the face.
And there's the execution by El Camino as Dallin Edenfield gets the goal. So the Jordan timeout plus the exclusion works, and now El Camino 1 for 2 on the power play, and it's a 3-2 ball game with 2:15 left in the half. And that's exactly what the Eagles needed.
Yeah, and they executed that offensive drive to perfection. They got the ball inside. They penetrated, and as a result, the defense panicked. They were called for an exclusion, and then the offense scored their first goal since early on in the game.
Connor Jang, who's got a goal in this game for Rio Americano, has just checked back in, and he has the ball. Fresh shot clock. Rio Americano on the attack. Again, going left to right there in the black caps. The white caps, El Camino going right to left.
Rio trying to do something similar here, and they get the ball taken away by the Eagles.
Nice steal by Ben Moser. Great recognition. Then he's held, and that just delays things a little bit. Almost a smart foul on the part of Ian Brady just to grab him and to prevent the fast break. Ball goes back to Munger, now into the front end of the pool. The offensive attacking end to Mark Barton.
Yeah, and the Eagles already set up much better. They have 3 people right in front of the goal.
Oh, good skip pass right there. And the angle shot just deflected away by Harmon.
Already, though, the Eagles starting to play much better offense. They're passing the ball more efficiently, getting the ball inside more. Their positioning is much better. And that was nearly a second goal in a row for the Eagle offense.
Falkender just missing wide right, and a good deflection by Harmon. 25 in the shot clock now. Fresh shot clock after the deflection. Under a minute 30 to play in the half. Boy, if El Camino can be tied up going into the intermission, that would be a huge victory for the Eagles, given they were down 3-1 a moment ago. Here's a little give and go. Nice defense. The Raiders lob, and a good deflection by Harmon again.
Harmon bailing out the defense twice on that possession. Raiders really lucky, and the Eagles starting to get some momentum back. You get the sense that they're going to fight this one to the end, and they are really starting to execute a lot better here.
Whistle against Ian Brady. He got locked up with Falkender, and the possession goes to El Camino, so they've got another opportunity now with under a minute to play. 22 on the shot clock. Falkender with the ball, low left corner.
If they can go into the half tied, that would be a huge moral victory for the Eagles.
Ball swung far side. Ball knocked away. Turnover.
And there you go. Rio's defense not going away quietly either. Both teams fighting very hard for this game here early on, and the momentum's just swinging back and forth right now. This is a great game going on right now.
12-second differential between the shot and the game clock. 17, now 16 on the shot clock. The shot clock to the back, or at least the scoreboard to the back of Rio Americano, but they've got a shot clock in the low right corner here as we've got a whistle and a push-off. No exclusion, though. El Camino has stayed penalty-free here. Brady with the ball with 5, with 4 on the clock, with 3, with 2, and he's just going to dump it with 12 remaining in the half. Go ahead, Neil. I apologize.
Something I want to point out when a foul is called, for those of you that don't know water polo, the player upon which the foul was called is not allowed to touch the player that he fouled for 3 seconds after he commits the foul.
And we just had one of those situations right there, and a quick shot by El Camino right before the buzzer is deflected and doesn't even get anywhere near Wally Harmon in goal, and that is how we end the first half with Rio Americano getting a couple of goals to take a 3-1 lead, and then El Camino answering back, and they cut that lead down to 3-2 after the first 14 minutes of play. It's a 5-minute intermission. We'll take a 1-minute break here on PlayOnSports.com. Come back with a short halftime show, get you ready for the second half of action. It moves quickly here in water polo, and right now the Division II final favors the defending champion Rio Americano. Back with more in a few.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
Halftime continuing here at Woodcreek High School, the aquatic complex. Jeff Kurtz alongside Neil Martin, Finn Prendergast providing the producing for us today. We got Dominic running the camera, sitting up in the lifeguard tower to our right, giving you all the video. Neil, as we look at the first half of play, Rio Americano leading at 3-2. Both goalkeepers playing well. Chris Lunger for El Camino, 4 saves. Wally Harmon with 5, and that one extra save, the differential in this ball game right now. Your assessment of the first half. El Camino did a nice job in the latter stages of the second period to get themselves back in this game.
Yeah, and nearly tied it up. Right now they're still down by 1 goal, but it didn't look like it was going to be that way. They were having a lot of offensive problems for the majority of the first quarter and a half, and then after the timeout in the second quarter, they really got coached up. They started to pass the ball better. They started to penetrate more, get more men in front of the goal. And as a result, they got a goal, nearly 2, and they are playing much better. But you got to credit Rio Americano, too. They played excellent defense so far, and they are also having success on the offensive end.
Well, I like what you say, coached up, because Mark Jordan certainly did that. Whatever he said, we'll throw it under that rubric of being coached up, because once they came out of that timeout, the offense looked like it almost looked like a different team offensively.
Oh, yeah, completely. And, you know, that's what a good coach will do for a team. And it almost looked like he drew up a completely new scheme, because at the beginning of the game, they were running sort of a 2 men wide left, 2 men wide right, and then 2 men in a straight line in front of the goal. After the timeout, they had 3 men sort of shifting in front of the goal and only 3 on the perimeter. So they wanted to get more men in front of the goal in the hopes of confusing the defenders and confusing the goalie instead of focusing on getting the ball around the outside. Because you're not going to be able to do that with much success against a team as good as Rio Americano is.
Well, last year, there was a 1-goal differential at the half. It was 2-1 Rio Americano leading at halftime last year before they got really going offensively in the second half and won it 9-3. We'll see if Tyson Friend makes similar adjustments that produces a similar result for Rio Americano, and they start out winning the first sprint to the ball, the first time they've done that here in the game, and they are going right to left, starting things out. The original starting lineup back in: Wally Harmon, Luke Hasty, Miles Brady, Jack Dubois, Ian Brady, Connor Jang, and John Price. El Camino countering: Chris Lunger, Jimmy Wiley, Dallin Edenfield, Jacob Faulkner, Mark Barton, Josh Jordan, and Ben Moser.
Pretty similar lineups for both teams going into this second half. And you got to wonder when these players are going to start to get a little bit tired and they're going to have to start putting in more subs. But both teams must have had good conditioning programs this season.
No doubt. And we have our first exclusion of the game for El Camino. So Rio Americano, their first power play, and right out of the gate, and the nice save. Wow. Chris Lunger
And you know what? If El Camino ends up winning this game, we're going to look back at that save and talk about what a key save that was, because El Camino, who had so much momentum coming into the second half, nearly threw it all away with that exclusion if Rio Americano had been able to score. But Chris Lunger able to bail his defense out.
I think if Chris Lunger was 1 inch shorter, that's a goal, because
Yeah.
he used all of his height and all of his reach to make that play. 1 second on the shot clock. Here's a shot. Easy save, Wally Harmon with the left hand. And once again, El Camino starts out the third period as they started the second with a long-range shot, not high percentage.
Yeah, and that was Ben Moser, the senior there. I think he just wanted to see how his arm was doing right there, because that was a little far out from goal. Not going to score very often on that.
Lunger comes out of goal and takes the ball away from Luke Hasty, who was being bottled up at the 2-meter area. Long pass from Lunger goes to Ben Moser.
And Chris Lunger really taking it upon himself to carry his team here in the first minute and a half of the second half. He's made 2 big plays already.
12 on the shot clock. Ball swung near side. Gets a little bit away from Edenfield, who tracks it down the corner with 6, with 5. Dumps in the middle with 4, with 3. Back to Edenfield with 2, with 1. Shot off the post, it looked like there. But then El Camino's going to retain possession. Looked like the shot clock had already reached 0, but no whistle.
Yeah, well, and the rule is that if it touches the goalie in any way, the shot clock gets reset. That was blocked by goalie Wally Harmon into the sidebar, and as a result, El Camino gets a fresh shot clock and another opportunity, so El Camino catches a break there.
I think Rio Americano was claiming as well, as here's a shot that goes wide right. I think they were claiming that they didn't get the shot off in time originally. I thought I saw might have been, I think it was Jack Dubois who was gesturing to the official saying, hey, I think the clock was already at 0 before he released the ball. But it does not result in a goal with that extra possession for El Camino. And Harmon, the long lead pass to John Price, who's looking at UC Santa Barbara, UCLA, or University of Pacific to continue his water polo career next year. The senior passes near side to Connor Jang with 8 on the clock. Dump down low with 4, with 3, with 2, point blank. Ball knocked away. Lunger, another aggressive play.
And Chris Lunger is just on fire right now, playing great defense, doing the little things. He's only had 1 great save here early on in the second half, but he is doing the little things defensively to keep his team in this game. Chris Lunger playing excellent water polo right now.
Edenfield and Faulkner playing a little 2-man game over here with now 10 on the shot clock. 3:44 remaining in the period. We're still at 3-2. Edenfield with 4, with 3, dumps into the 5-meter area with 2, with 1. Do they get the shot off? A lob goes well wide to the right. And really, Harmon has not been challenged too much. He's had a couple of pretty darn good saves, but other than that, it's been a fairly easy stint between the posts for him so far.
Yeah, and you know what? Both goalies in single-digit saves right now, and really what that tells me is that both defenses are still playing fantastic water polo.
And another good save by Lunger. Point blank, even though it was a no-look. On the part of Rio Americano, Lunger gets in the way, and that is his 4th good play on 4 consecutive possessions against the Raiders, and is keeping it this 3-2 margin. 3:05 left in the third.
Yeah, you cannot say enough about Chris Lunger right now. He is playing like a man possessed in the pool, and he is trying to get his teammates back into this game. All they need is a goal to tie it up.
Now 4 on the clock, now 3, now 2. Dump into the middle with 1. Do they get the shot off the left post? Very close, but El Camino's using the entire clock, and I can't tell if that's by design for ball control, because they're not getting great looks, or they're just having trouble getting into the offense.
You know, I think it's a little bit of both. I think they're trying to control the ball and get higher percentage shots.
And there's Lunger again on a pass to the 2-meter area to Jack Dubois, breaks it up, and now a fast break the other way. Josh Jordan one-on-one, and we've got a whistle. Jordan's going to pass it back out and reset.
Yeah, that was nearly an exclusion. Nearly another great play made by Lunger in a row with the long pass. If that had been a goal, all set up by Chris Lunger.
Open look for Barton, and there's Wally Harmon with a save on the skip shot off the pool.
El Camino playing much better than they were playing early in this ball game, but still Rio Americano playing good enough defense to keep the ball out of the goal.
Under 1:55 remaining in the third. This is Price. Price with 10 on the shot clock. Price looking. Price trying to make a move. He's palming that ball like Jordan used to when he was with the Bulls. Here's a shot, and he sneaks it in.
Yeah, and there is where that 3 seconds after the foul is so critical. You can either pass it back if you're trying to control the ball or take a quick shot Typically, though, if you take those quick shots after fouls, they're pretty low percentage. But right there, slipped it in the left side of that goal. That was the narrowest of margins.
John Price, an outstanding shot. Rio Americano now up 4-2.
Got some subs coming in for Rio.
Some fresh bodies in there for head coach Tyson Friend.
Hasty and Brady, leaving the pool.
And starting it off, Jimmy Wiley is the El Camino crowd with the chant of "Let's go Eagles," trying to get the offense going. The defense has been pretty darn good, especially Chris Lunger. A little frustrated with himself on that last one, letting that ball slip in there, but he's made some outstanding saves, and now his offense needs to pick it up a bit. 1:25 to go in the third.
Yeah, and you could see how frustrated Lunger was after that last goal with how well he's played. It's just got to be heartbreaking for him.
Well, he got a piece of the ball as well. 4 on the shot clock. Now 3, now 2, now 1, and the shot is going to be dumped. Good defense once again.
Yeah, and I think that goal is really going to give the Raiders some extra momentum that really they already had. So look for Rio to maybe start pulling away here unless...
Ball into the 5-meter. Shot off, and now we've got 11 on the shot. Quick pass, shot off the top of the post.
Wow, and Lunger got lucky there. He was trying to block that shot a little bit lower. He went completely sideways to try and block that. Really going right towards that upper corner. That was nearly a 5th goal for this Raider offense.
About a 20-second differential between the shot and the game clock. Shot clock down to 10. Now with 8, it seems like El Camino's trying to get the offense with about 10 seconds on the clock. Now 4. Now 3. Now 2. Trying to get a give and go. They aren't going to get a look. 20 seconds left. And Rio Americano's got an opportunity here. Harmon maybe contentious to hold on to the ball. No, we're going to get a timeout called on the part of the Raiders. And not a bad call here by head coach Tyson Friend. That's only his first timeout. He's got 2 left, as does El Camino, but why not get into an offensive set? If they could take a 5-2 advantage, given the way their defense has been playing, that could be an insurmountable lead in this type of game.
Yeah, and there's no reason to believe that they couldn't. All right, now they definitely have. And I'd be interested to see if Rio's coach can. Is left on the game clock, so Rio going to have to get down the pool quickly, get their offense set, and try and get a high percentage look. It'll be interesting to see what they have up their sleeve here.
Well, and not a bad idea being aggressive. I mean, you might as well try to dump it into the interior, see if you can get the miracle shot off. I don't know necessarily miracle shot, but certainly one that is where you're forcing the issue a little bit. But why not? You've got possession. Even if you take the shot and El Camino gets the ball back with 5 seconds left, for them to get all the way down to the other end and get a good look and a goal before the end of the period is going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah, and El Camino, the story for them so far has been missed opportunities, and they've had a couple of exclusions where they haven't been able to score. And really, this game could be a much larger margin right now, if not for the play of Chris Lunger. He's had excellent saves. He's been playing great defense. Rio could be up 7-2 right now instead of 4-2 if Lunger wasn't playing as well as he has been. And El Camino is lucky to still be in this game.
Yeah, Chris Lunger, his play has been outstanding here in the third period. That one goal that got through, he actually even got a piece of. I don't know how, if John Price had a window of about a foot to get it in, he used 11 of the 12 inches that he needed to get that ball through. I mean, it was not a big window.
Yeah, and Chris Lunger was visibly frustrated after that goal, as you mentioned, because he did get a little piece of it, and he has been playing so well. And I think he's a little bit frustrated with his offense because they haven't really been producing very well in this game.
Wally Harmon gets it started, and we got a quick whistle right away now with 18 on the game clock. The ball is with Luke Hasty. Hasty now with 15. Shot clock turned off, gives it off to Kyle Culper in the game. Ball swung into the low right corner, turnover with 9 seconds left. Now, will El Camino force the action or hold on to the ball? They got 5, they got 4, Lunger's got 3, he's got 2. Long pass with 1, they aren't going to get the shot off. It's off the top of the cage anyway, And that will end the third period of play. The score, Rio Americano leading at 4-2, going for the three-peat. They got 7 minutes of water polo left before they could pull that off. You're following the action here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
That's right, folks. If you subscribe, especially to our YouTube page right now, we had, I don't know if you're a tech geek, Neil, like I am a little bit, but I've always wanted to start a video that went viral.
Yeah,
pass it around to
absolutely.
some friends. We had one that took off last week that actually ended up making it under the top 10 plays on SportsCenter, as a matter of fact. And there you go, 3 million views later. So, folks, if you want to be the first one in your neighborhood to pass that around, or even just want to share it with family and friends, not a bad way to go. All the social media access you want, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, brought to you by PlayOnSports.com. As we look to the fourth period here, El Camino's got their work cut out for them. They not only have to play stellar defense, they have to maximize their possessions, Neil. Can they pull it off? They need 2 goals to tie, 3 to take the lead, and in the meantime, they've got to shut down the Rio Americano offense.
And I think you clued in on the key to this fourth quarter right there. They have to be more efficient on offense and maximize every possession because they have been playing great defense. Their goalie play has been excellent. Their coaching has been excellent. The only thing they have lacked in this game is getting down the pool quickly, getting their offense set, and getting high percentage looks. They're getting down the pool way too slowly right now and not giving themselves long enough to pass the ball and find an opening. So really, if they want to win this game, they're going to have to maximize their offensive efficiency.
Well, and if you look, they're probably going to get 8, maybe 9, 10 possessions at the most, and the way that both teams have been using almost the entire shot clock, you're only going to get 7. So they've got to score on 3 of 7, 3 of 8 possessions, and then hold Rio Americano 0 of 8. That's going to be a tall order given that the Raiders have scored in every period. It's going to be a tall task, but not one that is without precedent. We have seen it happen before in water polo.
Stranger things have most definitely happened, and I'll tell you what I think would be interesting is if they could score 2 and Rio Americano score 0 and us have a overtime period. That would be intense.
The overtime rules in water polo, you play 2 3-minute periods at that point, but we've got a long way to go till there, and we've got the opening sprint to the ball. Rio Americano's won 1, El Camino's won 2. It's a battle. El Camino's now won their 3rd. Can they take advantage? We talked about it, Neil and I did, maximizing your possession opportunities, and Josh Jordan gets the ball to teammate Ben Mosier. We'll see if they do it right here. Ball swung far corner. El Camino looking to be a little bit more aggressive. They're all lining up in that 5-meter area.
He needs to pass the ball. He's holding on to the ball too long.
Pass near side. It goes to Barton. Barton dumping the interior. The look back to Barton. Barton with 3 with 2 deflected. That was actually deflected by Luke Hasty before it even got to Wally Harmon.
Yeah, not a great shot by Mark Barton right there. He could have passed that another time and then let the next player pass it another time too to try and get another open look. He had a defender and the goalie he had to get through and slip it into a small space on the right side of that goal there. Not a great shot.
Rio Americano content to burn a little clock here. They have that advantage, though obviously Coach Friend would like to see another goal or 2 up there, if nothing else for his blood pressure. Not saying that's an issue, but when you're coaching, man, the heart gets going. Pass into the middle. Lunger knocks the ball away. Then the deflection and a whistle. It looks like the whistle occurred before the second deflection. Rio Americano will keep it. There's an exclusion as well. Power play opportunity for the Raiders, 23 on the shot clock. Huge opportunity for Rio Americano. They're 0 for 1 on power plays so far. Shot. Lunger gets the left hand on it, knocks it away. It's going to remain Rio Americano ball, though. John Price gets to it first.
And another new shot clock, and that is so huge here because Rio can keep milking the clock, and when you are up by 2 goals, that is not something you can allow.
And the shot gets in. Great pass. Price the assist. Jang his second goal. And it's a 5-2 score. So not only did Rio Americano get the goal, Neil, they used about a minute doing it.
And that's going to be devastating for El Camino's chances. Really, they're going to need almost everything to go right for them now if they want to win this game. That was a nightmare possession for the El Camino defense.
5:42 left in the fourth. A quick timeout here in the pool. Officials timeout, and then the ball in play. Josh Jordan with it. El Camino's got to score right now pretty much every time, at least 3 of their next 4 possessions, and hold Rio Americano in the meantime. Riley Vest with it near side. Skip pass far side, but once again, the El Camino offense pushed way out. 18 on the shot clock.
Well, and the other thing you have to think about is now that Rio has a 3-goal lead late in the ball game, they can be more aggressive on defense, and they could even give up an exclusion or 2 if they absolutely needed to. So they have everything going for them right now.
Jack Dubois with the steal for the Raiders.
And there you see it, aggressive defense, got a turnover, and now they're going to be able to milk the clock even more.
5:10 left. 5-2 our score. You can see some of the excitement level for El Camino fans got sucked out of the Aquatic Center here a little bit after that last goal by the Raiders. Meanwhile, steal. Nice job by the Eagles defense, and Lunger gets the ball between the posts.
Yeah, that was Josh Jordan, the junior center, and that's his 3rd big steal of the day. They need a goal desperately on this possession.
Ball swung outside. This is Moser. Moser back in the corner, looking into the middle. They've got 8 on the shot clock, do the Eagles. Now with 5 outside. This is Edenfield. Long shot off the top of the cage.
Wow, that was almost in, and that would have been the goal of the game right there if he had been able to make that. But
that was Josh Jordan.
Yeah, but again, it was a low percentage shot. So great defense by Rio.
4:15 remaining. Things are looking up for the Raiders. Ball into the middle, battled defensively. That's going to be a quick whistle against El Camino. Shot again, top of the cage. Good look, though, on the part of Jack Dubois.
Yeah, and another quick shot right after a foul. We've seen that work a couple of times today for Rio. They try and do it again, and I think a 4-goal lead at this point would be insurmountable. And El Camino must score on this possession, without a doubt.
Absolutely, and the ball is being swung to the near side. That's Ben Moser with it. Dumps into the 5-meter area, now working into the 2. We got a steal. Miles Brady. Honorable mention for player of the game is going to be the entire Rio Americano defense.
Yeah, several steals, great spacing. They're making passing difficult, making shooting difficult for the El Camino offense. They've played an excellent game.
Price is going to dump the ball into the middle, but it's going to be taken away by El Camino. 3:23 to go. But again, for Rio Americano right now, I don't even think you don't want to take the foot off the pedal necessarily, but scoring may not be the primary goal here as opposed to it is to working clock.
No, with 3 minutes left, the primary goal is definitely not going to be to score. It's going to be pass the ball around the perimeter and play keep away, essentially.
Yep. Ball control and don't give it up, allowing El Camino an easy look. They get the ball in the interior, and Price a steal. John Price has played an outstanding game, and this is final game of his senior year.
Yeah, and he's had a couple of great steals, playing great defense.
Has an assist, a couple of goals.
Yeah, he's doing it all out there right now.
Drove the team bus to the game. I kid you, but it's he's been doing a little bit of everything else. 2:38 to play. And now we've got a whistle and a turnover. That penalty's going to go against Rio Americano. El Camino has it. And El Camino's just going to start it up. They were looking to pass back to Lunger in goal, and head coach Mark Jordan's going to call his second timeout. So he's going to set up the offense here rather than wasting an opportunity, because now opportunity is even more precious. I mean, again, if you look at it from the perspective of you're going to use most of the shot clock, El Camino with 2:34 to go.
3 possessions probably.
At the most, yeah. They've got to score every single time they touch the ball. So I wouldn't hold it against Coach Jordan if he called this timeout and then the next time they get the ball, took another one.
Well, yeah, and you know what? If both those timeouts set up 2 goals, you're going to have to give a lot of credit to the coach, and we've seen it happen once already today for El Camino. The first timeout that he used in the game, Coach Jordan coached him up, and they got a goal out of it. So if they can do that with all 3 of their timeouts, especially the 2 they have left, who knows what could happen.
Our next game at approximately 11:30 will feature same Rio Americano coaching staff. Tyson Friend takes off his boys water polo coaching hat, puts on the girls one as Rio Americano, a perennial power, but after a 10-year run as champion, got bounced in the semifinals last year by Oakdale, and they will be playing Oakdale in this championship game. Oakdale made the finals last year and lost to Del Oro, so that will be our 11:30 game. Stay tuned for the post-game show. If we have time, folks, we hope to have an interview after the awards ceremony with our player of the game, which will come from the winning team. And right now, Rio Americano in the driver's seat. Not too many scenarios at this stage of the game that would have the Raiders losing this one. It looks like it's lining up in their favor right now, unless El Camino scores every single time they have the ball.
Yeah, it's overwhelmingly in their favor, and it would take massive, massive heroic efforts by every player on El Camino to win this game right now. And they've got to be frustrated. They missed a lot of open looks. They had a lot of shots go off the crossbars, and Chris Lunger, despite playing excellent, excellent water polo in goal, just hasn't been able to keep 5 of them out of the net.
Lunger will start out with possession and gets it into the offensive end with a full shot clock. With the ball is Edenfield to Wiley, back to Edenfield.
And they're already starting to penetrate more and more, so good offense here by El Camino.
Brady almost lost his man a second ago, a give and go. Now 9 on the shot clock, and a turnover and a steal. And now we got a whistle. A hold is going to be the call on Josh Jordan. And a quick timeout called by Rio Americano. Great steal by Jack Dubois.
Yeah, I think that is probably your ball game right there. Barring a miracle of massive proportions, I think Rio pretty much has this game in the bag.
Each team with 1 timeout remaining. There's 2:08 left in the game. And what a steal by Dubois, which just epitomizes how the defense is played for Rio Americano. You've got an El Camino squad that has gone through this tournament scoring 16 against Sonora, 21 against Oakmont, 9 against McClatchy, a total of 46 goals in 3 games, and today they have 2.
Yeah, and you said it. All of the credit goes to Rio's defense. They have had great success stealing the ball, great success in their spacing and positioning, which we cannot say enough is such a key element of water polo, because you're not playing on a field or on a court where you can use your legs to move quickly. It's all about where your original positioning is, because really all you can do is shift your body in a short amount of time. So that is such a critical part of playing great defense in water polo, and Rio has done it to perfection today.
And this is the same Rio Americano team that kept American Canyon to just 1 goal in the first game, but then gave up 7 to Dixon and 9 to Ripon. So the defense has shown up at the right time here today for the Raiders. And with 2:08 to go, Rio Americano will start out with the ball. And Wally Harmon, who's done a great job between the posts, gets it going offensively, and now heads back to the defensive end and lets his offense go to work. Under 2 minutes to play. Pass near side and getting the shot, Dubois, who called for the ball and gets the assist from Luke Hasty. And it's a 6-2 game. And Rio Americano looking really good right now with 1:54 to play.
Yeah, that was just an extra nail in the coffin right there. That was a great shot and another great offensive possession for Rio Americano, and they've just played a complete game today.
A couple of substitutions by Coach Tyson Friend for Rio Americano coming back into the game. Kyle Culper, he's in. Price stays in. Dubois stays in. Stuart Samaville has got a goal in the game, is in as well, along with Hasty and Alec Anderson. Ball swung around by El Camino, near side pass to Nathan Ward. Ward, a senior attacker, goes outside to Wiley. Wiley with 8 on the shot clock, pass in the middle, and we've got a whistle. And this foul is going to go against Rio Americano, and it's going to be in the 2-meter area, so that's going to be a penalty shot coming up here for Josh Jordan with 1:30 to play.
Well, yeah, and that's actually pretty critical because it stops the clock. Unfortunately, even if he makes it, I don't think they have enough time left, but chance for revenge a little bit.
Well, and the shot is wide, and I think Harmon got a piece of the ball. Great save by Harmon on the penalty shot.
Yeah, and also after a penalty shot, the offense would have gotten the ball back again. Had El Camino been able to score 2 goals in a row, who knows what might have happened, but Harmon makes a great save, and the Raiders bench went crazy after that save.
Well, they realized that with 90 seconds to play at that point, if El Camino could score twice, that would make things a little dicier. But now with a 4-goal lead, and we got a quick hold is the call. El Camino's got it. Quick shot, and there's a goal.
Yeah,
Dallin Edenfield is second of the game.
Yeah, and that was a great offensive possession. Unfortunately, though, you only have 1:07 left on the clock and 1 timeout.
No,
so.
and that makes what Harmon did a minute ago with that save even bigger, because it would have been 6-4 at this particular point. And with 1:07 to play, you would have at least 1 more possession, and if you force a turnover, maybe 2. So instead, 6-3 the score with 1:07 left. It's going to be tough for El Camino at this point.
You know, and they actually might have had 2 possessions because they still have that timeout left.
Correct.
So they would have been able to get the ball down the pool quickly after Rio had their possession. They probably could have squeezed 2 in and possibly sent this game to overtime, but Harmon not going to let that happen.
Rio Americano going to the equivalent of the 4 corners right here, and they're keeping the ball away from El Camino. Dean Smith, though I'm sure he never played water polo, would be very proud right now if he saw what was happening, as Jack Dubois has the ball, and with 5 on the shot clock, he's just going to fire it to the other end with 3, with 2, with 1, and there he launches it, and El Camino's got it with 35 seconds left.
Yeah, and they have played an excellent game, El Camino, really, on defense. They just struggled a little bit too much on offense today. I think that's really the story in this one is Rio's defense and how well they played. The goalkeeping as well. Excellent.
Shot deflected. Shot clock turned off. Rio Americano is going to three-peat here today in Boys Division II with 15 seconds remaining, even if El Camino gets the steal. And now we got a little bit of a push-off going there as the ball is poked away. With 3 seconds left, Coach Friend saying, hey, just toss it away. And that will do it. Rio Americano is your champion. A 6-3 win over El Camino, and the whole bench gets into the pool.
And what an excellent win it was. They played excellent water polo on both sides of the pool. The defense was flawless. The offense was efficient. The goalkeeping was very good too, and the coaches going in the pool as well.
And Coach Friend and goalie coach Joey France, who's the assistant of the girls program, they got another game to do here.
Yeah, they're going to be cold for that second game, it would appear.
I don't know if they planned for this in advance and brought a change of clothes, but they are a very happy bunch in the pool right now. Congratulations to Rio Americano. They win it 6-3 over El Camino, 3-time champion in Boys Division II. PlayOnSports.com postgame show coming up in just a few moments. Invite you to stay with us. We hope to have an interview after the after the awards ceremony with our player of the game from the victorious Rio Americano Raiders. They finished the year 23-7, and they are your Division II champion. Back with more in just a few moments.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
Jeff Kurtz here in the post-game show on PlayOnSports.com, joined by our player of the game from the victorious Rio Americano Raiders, John Price. 2 goals in the game, an assist, a couple of steals, and now a 3-time defending champion. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel? Your senior year, you come away with another victory here today.
It feels great. You know, it's great to end my high school career winning for the 3rd time in a row, and I'm just happy I could have ended it like this.
Well, it was quite a match and very defensive-minded. Was that what you expected coming into the game, that it would be this tight and so low scoring?
Yeah, I knew both our teams were pretty disciplined defensive teams, and they have a great player in Josh Jordan, so our main objective was just to shut him down and try to score as many goals as we could, and it worked out.
Well, and it looked like you guys really packed it in defensively. They were either getting a lot of shots, especially in that second and third period, either way out or just dumping the ball into the offensive end because they were using up the entire clock.
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure we had as many guys around Josh as we could and make those other guys try to win the game for them. And that was the only way we wanted to lose, is if those guys just had a game. So it worked for us, and it feels good.
You guys pulled it off. And I see you were going full blonde and carrot top here today for this. Was this right before the game?
Last night I figured, you know, it's my last section championship. Might as well go all out and dye my hair. So.
You certainly did. Not only standing out off the pool, but in the pool as well, with 2 goals today and an assist. John, when did the game swing, do you think, in your favor? It was really tight through the intermission. When did you guys feel like, hey, we're in control here?
Well, earlier in the year we played in 2 championship games at tournaments, and I just think that experience for us just really played out. It was close, and by the second half I think they were just worn out, and we just had the experience on them.
Well, how are you guys going to celebrate this when you've already dunked Coach Friend, who's got another game to do after this with your girls program? What do you guys do to celebrate this thing?
I don't know. Go out to dinner, probably pizza. Just have a good time. I don't know.
Well, thought all the way through the winning, and now they got to figure out the celebration after that. John, our player of the game, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
We'll be wrapping up here on the postgame in just a few moments, folks. Please stay with us. Rio Americano winning at 6-3 over El Camino.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to PlayOn Sports.
Back here on PlayOnSports.com, Jeff Kurtz rejoining you, folks. A quick technical issue. We got it sorted out, just wrapping up here in the postgame as El Camino girls program, or excuse me, the Rio Americano girls program gets set to face Oakdale. That championship game set to begin in just a few moments, 11:30. Rio Americano boys winning, the girls hoping to duplicate the feat, 6-3. The Raiders over El Camino in boys Division II. We got water polo action all day here for you from the Woodcreek High School Aquatic Complex. Please stay with us. You're following the action on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.